What if your cholesterol has been quietly getting worse, and you wouldn't know until your heart starts paying the price? That's the part many people over 60 never hear clearly enough. High cholesterol doesn't usually make a dramatic entrance. It builds quietly, slowly. By the time most people feel something is off, it may have already affected blood flow, artery health, and heart strain for years. A lot of people think lowering cholesterol is just about avoiding bad foods and eating cleaner. But what if the real problem is focusing on the wrong thing this whole time? Ever looked at your blood work and thought, how is this still high? I've been trying. That frustration is real. After 60, your body doesn't always respond to food the way it used to. And one food many people avoid out of fear may actually be one of the most misunderstood foods for heart health. The mistake keeping your cholesterol high might be showing up on your plate almost every day without you realizing it. Why it matters after 60? Here's what makes this even more important after 60. Your body may look the same on the outside, but inside, it handles cholesterol differently than it did years ago. Metabolism slows, arteries become less flexible, inflammation rises quietly. Foods that seemed harmless for decades can now affect blood work, circulation, and heart function. Many people eat the same normal foods in the same normal way, then wonder why their numbers keep creeping higher. It's not always because you're doing something obviously wrong. Sometimes it's because your body has changed, but your habits haven't. Once cholesterol combines with inflammation, poor food timing, blood sugar spikes, and hidden stress on the arteries, it stops being just a number on paper. If you miss the bigger picture, you can spend years eating healthy while quietly working against your heart. The avocado surprise. Here's where it gets really interesting. The food most people love or fear, and many seniors completely misunderstand, is avocado. You've probably heard it called too fatty or off limits for your heart, but the truth is far more nuanced. Avocado isn't just fat. It's the right kind of fat your body needs to balance cholesterol, support arteries, and reduce inflammation after 60. The catch: most people make a subtle mistake when eating it. Timing, pairing, or portion size can turn it from heart-supporting to just extra calories. A cardiologist's warning isn't saying, avoid it. It's saying use it correctly, because the way you've been approaching it may be part of the reason your cholesterol isn't moving in the right direction. What avocado does in your body. Here's what most people miss. It's not just about what avocado contains, it's about what it does inside your body. Those monounsaturated fats help your liver process cholesterol more efficiently, reduce artery stiffening inflammation, and keep blood sugar steadier after meals. Avocado doesn't just lower bad cholesterol, it supports good cholesterol that protects your heart. One simple addition, done the right way, quietly improves fat processing, circulation, and energy, without dramatic changes at first. But here's the twist. These benefits can be undone by one very common habit almost every senior does, and that's exactly what we're going to expose next. Common mistakes with avocado. Here's where most seniors stumble. The biggest mistake isn't the fruit itself, it's how it's used. Some eat too much, assuming more is better. Others pair it with processed, salty, or fried foods, which cancels most benefits. Many treat it like a side dish instead of a carefully timed addition, missing the window when it actually helps balance cholesterol and blood sugar. That's the trap, a healthy choice quietly turning neutral or even harmful. The frustrating part? You could be doing everything else right, yet see no improvement, leaving you wondering, why isn't this working for me? Once you know this, it's easy to fix, and it's exactly why your cholesterol may have stayed stubborn despite all your efforts. Special considerations. Not everyone needs to be equally careful, but for some seniors, awareness is critical. If you have blood sugar issues, high blood pressure, or take medications affecting cholesterol or fluid balance, even avocado needs careful use. Portion size matters. Pairing it with the wrong foods or at the wrong time can quietly reduce its heart benefits. After 60, your body doesn't handle foods the same way it used to. Small missteps quietly add up. A cardiologist's warning isn't generic advice. It's about protecting your heart safely, not scaring you away from foods that help. Another easy option is adding chia seeds to a smoothie, especially if you already make one in the morning. You can also stir them into plain yogurt, sprinkle them on oatmeal, or mix them into overnight oats. The key is consistency. It's not about eating one spoonful and expecting a miracle. It's about giving your brain steady support over time, especially in the years when your body needs that support more than ever. And while this video is about brain health, it's worth knowing that chia seeds may also support other areas of aging well too. Because what helps the brain often helps the body. Their omega-3s may support heart health, and that matters because your brain depends on healthy blood flow. Their fiber can also support digestion, which becomes more important as we age. And they contain minerals like calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus, which can help support bone health too. So this tiny breakfast ingredient isn't just trendy. It's actually practical, affordable, easy to use, and surprisingly well suited for adults over 65 who want to stay mentally sharp and physically strong. And no, chia seeds are not some magic cure. But if you've been feeling more forgetful lately, slower, foggier, or just not as mentally on as you used to be, this may be one of the simplest breakfast upgrades you can make starting tomorrow morning. Because the truth is, protecting your brain often doesn't begin with something dramatic. It begins with small daily choices, the kind most people overlook until they start noticing the signs. So if this opened your eyes, make sure you subscribe to Senior Wellness Hub, because I've got more simple food and health tips coming that can help you stay sharper, stronger, and more independent as you age. And tell me in the comments, have you ever tried chia seeds before, or would you actually add them to your breakfast after this? I'd really love to know. And remember, sometimes the smallest things can make the biggest difference, especially when it comes to your brain.